we are back with another bathroom break. I'm here with the Jay Schwedelson, and I have a serious question for you because I want to know when the weather starts heating up, like what are some like tactics you do during summer to make sure that you stay cool, you make sure you don't get too sunburned. To like what are some tactics? Because it's starting to get hot in Florida. If you didn't know that, people. And I know some. I'm not trying to brag because it's also this is like the bad weather time. So I want to know Jay's tactics for hot weather people.
So in my home, first of all, my wife being a dermatologist, the sun is like the evil empire that we're always fighting. So the amount I have to put on sunscreen. And this has been the case for 22 years of my marriage, whether or not I'm going outside. Okay. So I wear sunscreen every day, and especially in the summer. But I will tell you, we didn't talk about this before. My car, not a fancy car or anything like that, but the number one car feature that I look for in any car, and I have it in my car, is when it can blow air conditioning up your butt. So I have like the seat, a lot of people have seat warmers, but I have the seat thing where like you could click the button and it blows air up your butt.
I don't know
And
why that's a feature you like, but I'm not gonna ask.
it's not just up your butt, it's your whole seat. But it makes your legs and your butt cool. Have you ever used it?
No, because I don't have that feature and I don't look for that. I think the first time I've ever heard anybody look for that feature, the number one feature is blowing air. Oh my
I
goodness.
don't know what it's called, but it's air conditioning for my seat and I love it. So find that in your next car. It's very
This is some great tips we're giving, but there's some great tips we're giving as well. And I know you being the event guy you are and you put on a lot of events, there's a big change on LinkedIn. So you want to talk about what happened on LinkedIn
Yeah,
recently?
so this week there was a big change on LinkedIn and a big change on Instagram, and Daniel's going to break down the Instagram one. But on LinkedIn, if anybody out there puts on any kind of event, you put on a big event, you put on a webinar, anything, okay, up until literally now, you would have to on LinkedIn, if you wanted to run a promo on LinkedIn, you would have to create an event page on LinkedIn and then drive people to an event page on LinkedIn and then try to pull out those registrations and then stick them into your webinar reg file outside of LinkedIn. The whole thing it was such a cluster. Finally, literally today, it goes live May 6th, but they announced it today. You are now going to be able to run off-platform event ads without having an event page on LinkedIn. And if you don't know what any of this means, it's a big deal because you're using LinkedIn to drive webinar registrations or registrations for any kind of event. Being able to run off-platform event-specific ads on LinkedIn is something that, frankly, I've been waiting for like 2 years. This is a game changer. It's going to bring down the cost for driving webinar registration. So that's a big change from LinkedIn this week. Daniel, what do you got on Instagram?
So Instagram basically did two things. They put share and skip rate front and center, and they made it easy to see these metrics. But they also added a new metric, which is skip rate. Which let's go to the first part. The share the share feature. Instagram is prioritizing this. So they want you to get your videos shared and sent to other people. So when someone's doing this, you have to optimize to get your videos shared in the DMs, shared off platform, shared in Slack. So shareability is becoming a better thing. But I want to go to skip rate because this is a new feature. Skip rate, they added skip rate. And what this means when you have for Reels, what this means is you need to audit your first 2 seconds, not even your first 3 seconds. So like either the thumbnail, the text overlay, because people aren't interested in those first 2 seconds. So it's something that you're doing with text overlay or the first thumbnail. Let's see, they don't care about it. So some ways you could do an audit. Some things you could do is take your first 2 seconds or your script or an image and say, act like a video social marketing expert, audit this for skip rate. What could I change to add a better skip overlay a text overlay or the first 2 seconds to get someone to listen. And it could be my energy, it could be something else, but audit these first 2 seconds because if your skip rate is 70%, 80%, you could have a great video, but those first 2 seconds are flopping and nobody's seeing it. It's like we talk about all the time with subject lines and headlines on your blog. This is your headline for your video, so skip rate will tell you if you're doing that wrong.
And something, Daniel, I learned from you that everybody should really think about is, when LinkedIn announces, okay, we have these new off-platform, event ads you can run. When Instagram rolls out, which they literally just did this week, that they're now able to show you in your metrics, skip rate and some of these other metrics. What I learned from Daniel is that when the platforms announce this stuff, they double down on people that then try to do those things. So if you lean into the LinkedIn off-platform events ads, if you really try to optimize for skip rate, the platforms are going to circulate your stuff that much more, because when they are trying to get the word out there, they're trying to prioritize it. They're actually amplifying anything that is being focused on with the new stuff that they are pushing. So the more you stay up to date with what the platforms are trying to put out there, and then you jump on that in that moment, you could ride the wave that these platforms are doing.
I would also add like the events feature that they're adding. That means that it's signaling that a lot of people want to market events right now. And if you're early, you can get the cheaper CPM or the cheaper registration cost because you're early to the platform, because more and more people will catch on to that you can do this, and price will go up because you're competing against more people, and they're not going to share like 50 events in your feed. So they wanted to share. So when you see a feature like this in ads or in organic, that means like more people are going to catch on. So do it early so you can be early in the trend, so you can get the cheaper cost or like views quicker.
I want to ask you something stupid. Everything I ask you is stupid. So this is now your second summer in Florida. You pretty much only wear shorts. So like now, like when the summer's coming around here, are you going to go to like a Speedo? Like how much more comfortable can you get when it gets really hot out?
No Speedo for me. I'm not European. No Speedos for me. But I do. That's the only problem with heat. I'd say is like cold you could layer on. Like what is like the? But I do think like my indoor rate starts creeping up in summer.
Why do you have a metric? My indoor rate.
Well, the funniest thing ever, when I first met Ari, her Instagram buyer said, "I love exploring the great indoors."
That's amazing. You should actually have a percentage of time that you're indoors, like over the summer, and you should like be tracking it. And like,
I swear in summer it's like an 80 to 90% clip. Like, yeah, like I'm indoors. Amazing. I'm trying to get to air conditioning as fast as possible.
You have a skip rate for outside.
Exactly. If I see it's hot, like humidity is like 2% higher than I want, the skip rate is very high for heat. So
well, hopefully there's not a skip rate on this episode. There probably will be. Listen, everybody go and leave Daniel a review, the Marketing Millennials, and if you're really bored, you can do it on Do This Not That, and we'll see you at the next one.